Yeah, I have 2 MMA fights, professional. I'm planning to fight again pretty soon. I just expect, like a good deal, because I have fight in Jiu-Jitsu all my life, to try to become like good, to become a champion, to make my name, for when I start to fight in MMA, get a good deal, fight in, like a nice show.
Did you plan, when you started Jiu-Jitsu, did you plan on having a Jiu-Jitsu career only, or did you automatically start wanting an MMA career when you started?
Yes, I was like 15 years old, when I started Jiu-Jitsu. I was, start Jiu-Jitsu for fighting MMA. I saw a couple of videos, like Gracie, and then also Victor Belfort. So when I started training, it was for MMA, but the thing changed on my journey, I started to fight in Jiu-Jitsu tournaments. I started to win a couple of things, and then the people keep saying to me, you gotta, keep it going Jiu-Jitsu, make your name, because you can be good. But I wasn't believe, But I was keeping going, and then, I won a couple Jiu-Jitsu tournaments. And then now, honestly, like a few months ago, I was very focused on MMA. And then now I'm doing my things, training my stand-up, training Jiu-Jitsu, fighting Jiu-Jitsu tournaments if they happen. If I have an invite to fight in some good show, I will fight. But I'm gonna let the things become like a natural, not force I need to find a deal to fight. I'm gonna wait, and then they come natural. And then if not, it's not for me gonna be a fighter.
Let me ask you this. You said you started teaching now too, right? How long have you been teaching?
Yeah, I'm just opening up a school in Los Angeles, Encino. Me and Alberto Crane, and I have been teaching since January this year. But I haven't helped Draculino in his school. I was instructor over there. I learned a lot of things from him, being instructor of his school.
How does teaching help improve your game, or does it?
Yeah, for sure. When you start to teach, you start to pay attention more details, and then always you can see different details, different angles. You become, much more technical. For sure, that helps a lot. Yes, me and I haven't trained Draculino since 2000. I've been 9 years. He's my master. He is, he taught me a lot of good things. Not even just become a good fighter. This is became natural if you push yourself. How to become a good person, how to leave the ego. When you get inside the gym. It's many things, and then I'm gonna keep this all my life. He's one of the best instructors, not because he just a good instructor, like I said. He don't teach you just Jiu-Jitsu, he teach you lessons for the life. So I'm glad to have him, my master, and then I'm gonna take this all my life. Yeah. Yes, I have trained with Jason Miller for one of his fights.
Having Romulo as an exclusive training partner and having him come train with me all the time, it was going to make me way better.
Stand up, you can push him here like a full leg, and then you can, kick me or get up on the hook. And then also I haven't trained at King Mo. He's a new MMA star. He's a wrestler. Also, I think he's from Texas. He's a wrestler guy, very good wrestler, very athletic guy. I haven't trained a lot with him. I haven't trained with Dan Henderson, Renato Babalu. I train with him all the time. He's I think the best MMA fighter I have trained in Jiu-Jitsu for sure. Yeah, this is the guy. Yes, like I said, I really like to train. Before the big competitions, let's talking about just Jiu-Jitsu. I train at least 3 times a day, plus strength conditioning.
3 times a day, how long each session?
It's 1.5 hours each session. Just a Jiu-Jitsu, techniques, drills, you know, like sparring, special trainers, position, game plan, all these things, you know, put everything together, you know, to be, you know, able to win it, to be able to, you know, to beat anybody as I'm gonna fight, you know, like train smart. That's my, you know, right now, you know, it's like for me, the most important thing, you know, you can train smart, not just go to the gym and then like you know, try to smash everybody. That's another lesson I learned with Draculino, you know. He taught me this, like, you know, like you gotta train like a weakness. So, and then, you know, you gotta train everything, you know.
Put yourself in bad positions.
Yeah, put yourself in bad position. Put yourself in position you don't want to be, you know, like so that's the, you know, like the key to become better, and then always like improve your game. Yeah, it's a big difference, you know, like between these sports. Like a Jiu-Jitsu, for Jiu-Jitsu, it's completely different. You know, when you're fighting, like in Jiu-Jitsu tournaments, you can think, you can look, oh, I'm gonna do that and that. In MMA, it's completely different. You gotta be explosive, you know. When you're gonna do some things, you gotta do fast. You cannot like think. You think, you gotta punch your face, you know. So I think like this is the big difference.
It's more instinctive whenever you do it.
Yeah, for sure. And then like, you know, you gotta be able to be explosive, because if you think too much, you're gonna get hit, you're gonna get knocked out, you know. You cannot think I'm a good at Jiu-Jitsu fighter, I'm a world champion, and then you're gonna go to MMA right now and then beat people, you know. You gotta change a lot of things, you know. You fight with the gloves, you don't have gear, you know, you get hit, you gotta change a lot of things.
Is there bad habits of training in the gi that can affect your MMA game that you have to lose, or
no.
is it?
You know, if you want to become like a good Jiu-Jitsu fighter for MMA, for no gi, for me, you know, you need to train the gi to learn like the real technique, you know, like basic things, all this kind of stuff. Otherwise, you're not gonna be able to become like a good Jiu-Jitsu, you know. A lot of people talking about this guy is a good ground game, you know, this guy is a good ground game, but if you not have like the good basics, you know, like one day you're gonna need to use, you're not gonna know how to do it, you're gonna be in big trouble. Okay, but I'm gonna answer. I never had to use Jiu-Jitsu on the street, you know, like when I start to train Jiu-Jitsu, I start to, you know, to think completely different. You know, I start to think, man, you know, if somebody want to fight me on the street, why are you going to fight? It's going to be too easy. You know, I want to beat people who's going to be able to defend themselves, you know. Of course, if somebody punch you, if you need to do, you know, you got to do. But for me, it never happened. Yes, I do fall, you know, specific diet. I'm always like a light to eat good, you know. It's good sometimes you eat some, you know, bad food, and then right now I just like focus, you know, not eat like bad food, sugar, you know, like fried, like this kind of things. No, I don't eat red meat as well. And then like I try to eat like you know, like 8 times a day, 3 and 3 hours, 2 and 2 hours. You know, like keep my metabolism fast. And then also when you eat good, it's, you know, it's hard to get injury. You have energy to train it. You know, it's like you feel good. I think everybody like you know, fighters like they should follow like a specific diet. You know, like a.
Is there a huge difference between American diet and Brazilian? Everybody says it's easier to eat bad here.
Yeah, because here they have a lot of fast food. It's cheap, you know. If you're not focused, you can, you know, like you can be fat, like fast. But for me, I don't know. For me, it's the same, you know, like you know, like I'm very good shape right now. Like you know, you just, you know, like I think it's like you know, here they have like more. It's like you know, it's cheaper. But in Brazil, if you know, if you're not focused as well, you're gonna be fat. You know, you're gonna be out of shape. It's like a kind of like a similar, but here you have more options.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, bro.